What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my first episode. My name is Rafael Adames, and you are watching or listening, preferably, to Talk or Tap. This episode is brought to you by Vita Coco, because hopefully I drink one of these every day, and I'm looking to get sponsored for free so I don't have to keep paying for these. But yeah, I'm so excited. I always wanted to start a podcast, and this means a lot to me. And I did this on my birthday. There's no better day to do it than on my birthday. So my guest is very special to me, which is why I'm also doing it on my birthday. So without any introduction, please help me welcome, as you already might know, Tyrime, the Dream, Dasilva.
Thank you. Honor, man. Thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So, so tell everybody about yourself, who you are, and what you like to do, which is, we all know, martial arts, but please just introduce yourself.
Yeah. My name is Tyrime Dasilva. Yeah, I am a amateur MMA fighter. I fight out of TriForce.
Okay.
Right, MMA and BJJ. I started this martial arts journey about 4 years ago. I worked with a friend named Sean Trudeau, who did BJJ, and we would often talk about UFC at work, after the fights happened, and, he would see my interest in it, and he'd invite me to go do jiu-jitsu, and I didn't even know what jiu-jitsu was. What is that? I thought it was like a form of karate or something. I thought all martial arts were kind of like karate. I didn't know that there was a grappling art other than wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
Grew up wrestling with my cousins, of course, but I didn't know about the depth of all of the martial arts,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So, did you grow up playing any sports first before you started martial arts?
Definitely. I grew up playing football. Yeah, started playing organized football at the age of 8.
Okay.
I played all the way until I was 18, all the way until I graduated high school. Got a little rocky towards the end there, but my love for the sport never faded. Yeah.
Rocky, you're saying?
Yeah. Got injured my senior year, and
okay.
Yeah, I moved to Florida my sophomore year, so I didn't play then, and then
Gotcha.
but it's okay.
Yeah. So you started going to TriForce in 2016, because you said 4 years ago?
Well, I started going to TriForce in 2018, rather, or 2017 it might be.
Okay.
I started at Tim Burrell's Jiu-Jitsu. That's where my buddy was training out of, and he brought me to a Friday night no-gi class.
Yes.
And it was awesome. I got my ass kicked essentially by guys that, if I looked at him on the street, I'd be like, yeah, for sure I'd kick his ass.
Yeah.
And these guys were tossing me around, like messing me up. So that's what really caught my, piqued my interest in it. It's just like, wow, I have to learn this. What is this stuff? What are they doing? Like, how, So,
did you know about jiu-jitsu before that, though?
No, not at all. Not at all. Like, my friend, had mentioned it to me, many times, at work.
Yeah.
And like I said, I thought it was like a form of karate or something. Like, what is jiu-jitsu? Mind you, I have been watching UFC ever since it was like, on Spike TV. I didn't follow it like crazy, but, I knew what it was. I didn't know that MMA was a sport. I thought UFC was a sport, kind of like a lot of people still do,
When they train UFC.
Exactly. So, I can definitely relate to those people.
Yeah.
But, definitely, yeah, it's funny.
So do you have anybody that comes up to you now and tells you that, do you train UFC or not yet?
Oh, no, for sure.
They do?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say no.
No, yeah, like
that's crazy.
Yeah, like, guys that I know from like my childhood will come up to me and they'll be like, "Yeah, yo, you do UFC, right?" I'm like, I'm like,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, I do MMA. It's like, yeah, like UFC though, right? I'm like, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Right. So
when I was explaining what I do to somebody while I was at work a couple years ago, they're like, they went straight to Connor. They're like, oh yeah, you do that thing like Connor? Yeah, I know him.
Yeah,
and
Connor's awesome, huh?
yeah, it's easy to like pinpoint, like when you do MMA, it's like I do what Connor does
Right.
to the person who has no idea
To
what.
the masses.
Oh yeah, I know that. He helped it put the map for everybody to know what MMA is about. But yeah, I actually started myself in Timber.
Tim Rose, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Nice. I didn't know that.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
okay. Yeah, I did. 2011.
Nice.
Yep.
Wow.
And still have a white belt. So
That's okay.
yeah,
That's
I know.
Okay. It's all
I
about
know.
the journey.
Hopefully in my 10-year anniversary, I'll get one. I'll get a blue belt.
Wow, man. Yeah. I did not know that about you. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. It started as I know it's supposed to be about you. I'm over here
No,
telling-
dude.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it started off as me going back to my junior year of high school,
Yeah.
and I told my teacher, which in my school we called them advisors. So I told them I want to start wrestling. I want to start doing something else because I was doing karate. That's how I got into martial arts. I started doing karate first,
Yeah.
and then I told him I wanted to do more. This was in the summer, right before school was starting. He said, "Okay, I'll put you in a wrestling team." And he also said, a co-worker's husband does jiu-jitsu. And I was like, okay, I kind of watch UFC, and I kind of like you, I didn't really know what jiu-jitsu was. Maybe I did. I don't even remember. But I knew that I wanted to do it. Well, I think I did because I said yeah to it, like knowing what it was. So I was excited for it. He was a really big guy. He was like 300, 350 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever, I don't even remember his name,
Right.
but he invited me over. He gave me a ride, and it was on Charles Street. I don't know if that's where it was for you.
Was that when it was in like the small room?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's actually like down there. If you just go,
Yeah.
it's like down the street. I live really close to it. It's funny because before I moved, I actually lived closer to the one where they have now,
Where they are now. Yeah.
off of Eddy Street. But
Yeah, that's where I started going off.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the one I went to was a lot smaller. It was a hot yoga studio before that.
Okay.
That's what I was told. And it was a really small place. It looked like it was. And then I just seen all these guys, and I was just something completely new. And I did it. I got tapped a bunch of times. I didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Spazzy, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Just had my shorts. And for the longest time, I didn't have shorts. I mean, I didn't have a gi. So I had to, for like years. And they told me every time, get a gi. And I was like, okay. And I always ran around that. And then finally there was a martial arts shop.
Yeah.
It was on next to the airport. It's not there anymore.
Okay.
Did you ever go? But yeah, it was, I don't remember the name, but I went in there and I tried to get a gi, and they actually gave me a judo gi, and I wanted a jiu-jitsu gi, which is kind of the same thing, but I didn't know any better. I still have it. It's that blue one.
Right. Just a little looser. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's lighter, definitely
Right.
lighter.
Right.
You can grab onto it a lot easier. So then once I started finding out about better gis, like I found rougher gis,
Yeah.
and then I found a more expensive gi. I paid like $130. It was like for sale $160. From $160, and I actually gave it to Victor because it was too small because I ordered it offline.
Nice. Okay.
Online. And yeah, that's the thing. I wish that there were more like martial arts shops around here,
Yeah.
because I'd like to try on stuff.
Okay. I hear you.
It's clothing, so I want to see how I fit into it.
All right.
Did you ever have that problem?
Not exactly. I kind of, my buddy was like an A3, and he was like longer than me a little bit, so same frame, just taller.
Yeah.
I kind of figured I might be an A2. So I ordered an A2, and I've been an A2 since.
Really?
Yeah. Some of them you gotta shrink. Wash them with hot water, dry them a little bit, and then they shrink. Some of them come pre-shrunk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
I don't dry mines.
Right.
Do you?
I don't. No, I air dry it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it says it on there, so I don't want to make it. I don't want to ruin it.
Right.
But man, those things last forever.
They do.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
So, what rank are you in now?
Right. I am a 4-stripe blue belt.
That's awesome.
Right.
For everybody listening,
Yeah.
that is a lot of dedication.
Yeah, man.
Just how much does it take for someone who's new to the sport? How much does it take to get up there?
Yeah, like you said, it takes dedication. Just the every day. At first, when you go, you're getting beat up every day. You know, you're under some 200 pound guy. He's sweating all over you.
Yep,
it's hard to breathe.
I know that.
Like, how do I get this guy off of me?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then, you know, the whole round he beats you up. And at the end of the round, he, you know, gives you some tips on how to handle his pressure better. So then you go home, you sit on that, and then you come back the next time, he still beats you up, gives you some more tips. Mm-hmm. And all of that just adds up over time, and then eventually, you know, you start doing better against that guy. And then, you know, maybe, you know, one day you go in, he doesn't get on top for the whole round. You're like, wow, you know, I was able to stay on top the whole round. And that's, you know, you impress yourself by that. And then just the challenges that jiu-jitsu presents, I believe, well, for me anyway, creates like that addiction, like that drive to just get better and better. Like, oh man, okay, I stayed on top today. What can I do tomorrow? What can I do a week from now, a month from now? Never mind, a year from now, you know? So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you do MMA. By the way, I know all this stuff, guys. I'm just asking for everyone who doesn't know Ty. Mm-hmm. But you do MMA now. Right. What's your record?
I am 2-0.
Okay. Yeah. And did I say amateur?
I believe I did earlier, but yeah, amateur. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so you're doing MMA. So people would think, well, I would think now, why'd you do the switch? Because you look so committed to jiu-jitsu, and jiu-jitsu has its own community where you can go really far and go into places like Abu Dhabi, the top creme de la creme, one would say, and you can make money from it. So why didn't you just stick with that and move into MMA?
That's a really good question. Yeah, when I first started jiu-jitsu, I was really obsessed with it. You know, I researched Abu Dhabi. I would, you know, research all the grapplers. I followed a bunch of black belts and, you know, looked up to them, you know, watched their technique videos and all of that. It really came to the point for me, though, where, you know, I would go to class and I'd do something and people would kind of like point it out to me that I was kind of like, for lack of a better term, special, if you will. You know, okay. Like, wow, like, you know, that's not regular. Like, you know, guys that were training for like 4 or 5 years, I would, you know, be giving them challenges, you know, 7 months in. You know, they'd ask me, like, how long you been training? I'm like, 7 months. And they're like, you sure? You know? So, and that coupled with just my interest in actually learning how to kick. You know, I grew up watching Bruce Lee movies, and he makes martial arts and karate, and everything looks so awesome. And so, yeah, that always, like, lingered in my mind, like, man, I want to learn how to kick one day. You know, and then...
And you never did karate before that?
Never. My cousins did growing up, you know, and they would always mess with me, throw kicks at me, and I, you know, wasn't able to throw it back. And I'd always kind of be jealous of that, like,
What'd you do when they kicked you?
Oh, well, they wouldn't exactly kick me. They would kind of, like, play around and, like, act like they would kick me. But, like, you know, I'd always liked their form. Like, dude, how do you know how to kick? Because, you know, if you remember when you first started, you know, I didn't know how to pivot on my foot, so my kick would be awkward. I'd be like, dude, how do you do that? Like, you know what I mean? I want to learn how to kick.
Yeah, I know.
You know, but I never asked them just because, I don't know, I was into football. I was a football player. That was the only sport I focused on growing up.
Yeah, focused on. So that was like what your go-to on your mind was as far as sports? Like your only concern was thinking about how to better yourself in football?
In football, just, the aggressiveness of it attracted me, I think. Like, I played basketball with my cousins and friends almost every day. And to this day, I suck at basketball.
I was just gonna ask you.
I'm horrible.
Really?
I'm horrible. But that's because
Is it because you're 5'9"?
that might have something to do with it for sure. For sure, I'd say. But like, yeah, it just never caught my interest. I would just like,
I hear you.
right. I'd play for them. Like I'd play because they needed a body. You know, they needed an even team. So I'd play.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but it never really. I never sit there and dribble a basketball or put up shots. It was boring to me. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I love the finesse of basketball, and I enjoy watching it now. But growing up, it just never caught my attention like football did. You know, football just. I don't know, just the skill positions, you know, watching Randy Moss, like Moss people, if you will. And, you know, just.
What is that? A Moss?
When you catch a football over someone, preferably one-handed, or just straight over and just yank the ball out of the air and just,
When you're on defense?
When you're on offense, trying to score. He was a wide receiver, legendary wide receiver.
What do you mean, like, take the ball off of somebody?
So in football, there's a wide receiver and then there's a cornerback. And the wide receiver's job is to catch the ball and try to produce points and yards for their team.
Yep.
And the cornerback's job, he's a defensive player, is to prevent that from happening, right?
Yeah.
So Randy Moss would he would make cornerbacks look silly. You know, guys that are supposed to be preventing him from catching this ball, he's just yanking it out of midair and just, you know, making it look super easy and just, effortless.
And that was your position?
No. Just what attracted me to the sport. You know, that, you know, with the tackling and, you know, gotta get the ball carrier. You know, my cousins and I would play mucko. It's when you throw the ball in the air and whoever catches it has to run and everybody has to try and tackle that person. And I don't know, I just love that stuff, man. Ever since I can remember, that stuff has just been like for me.
Someone has the ball.
Someone has the ball, and everyone else that's playing is just trying to.
How many people are going on this one person?
However many.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound fair.
It's awesome though. It's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember playing football in middle school. That's the most fun I ever had.
Yeah, man.
And I think even though I was bad at it, we would play touch. And it was fun. Like I enjoyed running out to catch something or like watching the field be so open and how you're gonna make something out of it. Yeah. I never got good at it, and I was like gaining more interest. I think at one point too. No, definitely at one point I wanted to become a football player. Yeah. Believe it or not. Nice. I wanted to be a running back.
Okay.
I wanted the QB to toss me the ball, and then I'll try to be as sneaky as possible.
Let's take it to the house.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
And I just lost interest over time. And watching all martial arts, because I can't pinpoint a specific moment when I wanted to become a martial artist myself. But I think accumulation of everything, like Dragon Ball Z, growing up and watching that, watching a lot of anime. Well, not a lot, but cartoons or a lot of fighting movies. Yeah. And it's like, oh man, I want to do that. And Power Rangers too. Just watching, that's martial arts too. Yeah.
Power Rangers, WWF, man, all of that.
Yeah. I wanted to become a wrestler too.
Like setting that blueprint. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Mike, if you're watching. Right. So, yeah, never happened, but I gained interest from watching the game. I learned how to play Madden. Nice. And you learn a lot, which is what I like about video games too. That you you can learn a lot from that. And I was just thinking about it the other day too. This is for San Andreas. When San Andreas came out, you played it, definitely. Everybody played it.
Cheat codes and all, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Try to do like a glitch where you land in Liberty City. Yeah. Did you ever do that one?
I've never done that, no. Yes, or maybe I have and I just can't remember.
I wanted to so bad. Yeah. And this was before I think there was YouTube. So you had to read. You're going to this direction and you're going like 30 seconds out. So you had to like do everything right by reading about it. And then eventually you saw videos of other people doing it.
Yeah.
But
wow.
Yeah, and but San Andreas, that was my game, and I think about at the time when it was out in 2004, and that was before YouTube because I think YouTube came out in 2007, if I'm not wrong.
Mhm.
Jamie, can you check that up? Wait. Yes. It's funny. Anyway, it's Jamie. Can you pull that up?
Please.
Dang, I said check that up.
We need a Jamie. We need a Jamie.
One day.
Yeah.
Wow, we're already thinking about a third person. Um, but I was learning a lot about music,
Yeah.
and that's what I like about games. Like you were able to learn so much about different stuff. Like it exposed me to a lot of music that you wouldn't hear otherwise.
Right.
It was like a
Okay.
created playlist, and that's had like over 100 songs, and that was awesome. That's like having like a an MP3 player, and then having all those songs. You just go home and listen to the music. You're not even doing missions sometimes. You're just driving around because you like the music.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would go to the music tab and I would just listen to the music for a while. But yeah, that was what was cool about it. And I think like people won't appreciate that as much nowadays because you can, even if you don't have the game, you can just look up gameplay and people will run through the whole game for you and you can watch the
Uh,
whole thing.
that stuff's
But
pretty weird compared to like how
it
we
is.
grew up. We had to experience it firsthand. Now you have,
I know,
kids who watch other kids play video games, and
I know,
yeah, I know it gets talked about a lot, but it's still super weird to me. It's like, okay,
I know.
wouldn't you rather just play it? But
Seriously.
yeah, but
I know.
my little brother doesn't, and I guess he does it for like advantages,
Yeah.
to learn how to do it himself. I guess when he
Eh,
does finally play it.
And my nephew he would look up videos about the same game he's playing when he's not playing it. And
Yeah.
it's just like obsessive. A
Yeah.
lot of that is Minecraft.
Yeah.
A lot of kids would watch Minecraft and
Right.
they're not playing when they play Minecraft, and then when they're not playing they're watching videos about Minecraft. Well, I guess I do that too.
Yeah.
People do that with Warzone.
Yeah.
Do you do that with Warzone?
I have. I'm not gonna lie, especially earlier in the year with quarantine.
Yeah.
I'd
Oh,
go
yeah.
I'd go online and get killed, and I'm like, dude, I gotta get better at this game. 'Cause
Yeah.
I liked it. And,
Yeah.
you want to be good at stuff you enjoy.
Yeah, and
'Cause,
instead of because when games came out too, they had those booklets that show you how to beat the game and everything.
right? Yes. I never bought those.
No, I never did either. I used to go to GameStop and I would open them up,
Sort
and
through
look at them,
them.
yeah,
Right.
and that's it. Never
Right.
never purchased them. They were so unnecessary
Yeah.
for me anyway.
Yeah.
But they did show you how to beat the game 100%.
Right.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
but
Now you have YouTube and Google.
exactly.
Crazy.
You don't need to. Yeah, I do that now with Warzone, because I know there's a guy out there that does the game better than me.
Yes.
So I want to see what loadout he has, and I know everyone can relate because everyone does this.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you're lying. So, but yeah, I want to know what loadout, and then sometimes they nerf guns, and then like they switch them, they make other guns more powerful. So I want to know like how to win with what you have. I want to do what you're doing, but
Yeah.
then you realize it's not just about the guns; it's about the way they play it too.
Play. But then that's how you have all of these professional video game players, these young professional video game players, who study these guys, who study different YouTubers who put out videos and, take bits and pieces from their game
Yeah,
and incorporate it in their own and become better than those guys almost, and that's pretty cool too. So, I'm kind of hating on it here while I was, but it's cool,
Yeah.
if you look at it from that
It is.
perspective.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I realized there's a Netflix show that talks about video games and like the history and all that.
Right.
Can't think of the names. I can't think of any names right now of anything. So it shows you the history about video games and the Atari and Space Invaders and then Pac-Man. And then I think it was this guy, this lady. Back then she played a game called Space Invaders, and she played it herself at home, and she didn't think she was that good until she faced other people, and then she kept winning and winning. and eventually she won a grand prize. And then this kid who was even younger, he unrelated, but he was playing Tetris, and then he played, and then he lost in a tournament, and then he just played like 6 hours a day, and then he came back and then won like a championship or something like that. But it championship, but it didn't give you much money.
Right.
But like now that I think twice about it, like that's the origin of like getting paid or like playing for a prize when it comes to video games, because now these kids are making money.
You got the Fortnite tournament winners making millions.
Yes, I saw
stuff
that.
Is nuts.
Dang it. But you have UFC 4, so are you good at that?
You know what? I just play offline. You know, you play online. You got those kids who are sitting in their room 10 hours a day.
No.
Beating people up online.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So you know, like, I don't do that to myself. I won't. You know, I play it to enjoy it.
Too much time.
Yeah.
I used to do that though.
Yeah.
8 hours. There was nothing else to do.
And then you'd get online and smash people.
I never went online.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have that.
Yeah. You should try it. You probably would have smashed a lot of people.
I know I would have. The only game that I played online was SmackDown versus Raw.
Right.
2007.
Yeah.
That was the last time, and I found a friend. His name is Marwan. Marwan. But yeah, I've known him for a long time. I don't hit him up. Like I rarely hit him up, but yeah, I got online. He's like, "What's your number?" That was like I texted him the number on the game because it was a little chat bar, and then we called and we would play all the time. That's the only game I played, and I got good at it. It would even lag.
Wow.
Like it would always just lag. Like the movement wasn't right away. Like you move the button or you press the button and you had to wait and then it would do it.
Super annoying.
But you played so much, you just got used to it.
Yeah.
And you timed it right. And it was so weird how that, like you adapt to that. And offline, you would play good, right? Normal. You do everything as you press the button. But as soon as you played online, you knew how to beat. I would win matches. And
Nice.
yeah, it would lag, but I would time it right. And it was fun. I had a lot of fun. I wish I played like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Yeah. Shooters. I never played shooters.
Yeah. This most recent Call of Duty is the first Call of Duty game that I really was able to get into. Like, you know, the other Call of Duty games were pretty difficult for me to get good at. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd get online and just get demolished. Couldn't do anything, so I just kind of like would delete the game and move on.
I had Black Ops 4. Did you ever play that one?
I did. Black Ops is the one with the zombies, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I would just play zombies offline and just with my little brothers. My little brothers are great at those games. But yeah.
That's one. Kino, their twin, however you say that. That's the only one that I would play. And I got really good at it. I would play like 20 levels. I would do the same thing. Yeah. Do you remember that level?
Oh, man, if I see it.
It's a theater on the middle of the map is a theater.
Gotcha.
And then you can teleport up somewhere.
Okay.
Where you can be safe for like 30 seconds.
Right. I don't think I ever played that one.
Oh, wow. Yeah. But yeah, I got really good at it. Eventually, I just kept repeating what I did. I teleported up somewhere and I was safe. And you
come back down and blast them.
Yep, and I would just keep running around.
That's funny.
Yeah. But Black Ops 4 had a battle royale before Warzone had one. I don't know if you know that.
Did it? No,
yes,
I didn't know that.
To me, it's, I don't want to say it's garbage, but I really don't like it. But there are people who are really good at it, and they're good at it, but they're differently good at Black Ops. It's a different way you play it than you do
Modern Warfare.
Yes.
Or Warzone.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's the circle closes differently. The people, the way they play, because I was spectating them as soon as I lost, and they'll kill people, like 7-9 people. But it's just a completely different game. Yeah. It's not as cool, not nearly as cool. Like it's super quiet.
Yeah.
So you can't hear the gunshots from far away. You can't hear like the background noises. It feels submersive when you play Warzone, but that one is. And it's really like colorful. It's overly colorful, and it just doesn't look as
the Black Ops 4 is.
Yeah.
I am late on that. I thought that Warzone kind of stole that idea from Fortnite, you know?
And then,
So that's news to me. I didn't know that
oh yeah,
Black Ops 4 had a battle royale mode. No, I didn't know
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I think that's all they did. I'm not sure.
Right.
Did they do other things?
I don't know.
Okay.
I played Black Ops game. Now that you're talking about it, I'm not sure that I played Black Ops 4, you know? Maybe 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
but not 4. I don't know, you know?
Actually, Fortnite took the idea from PUBG.
PUBG came out first and then Fortnite.
Yes,
It's crazy how Fortnite blew up then.
I know.
That is crazy.
It was they just did it for like a younger crowd
audience. Grown men love that game.
Yeah,
I was on the Fortnite kick for a while.
you were.
Yeah.
It's addicting.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't see myself investing enough time to start knowing how to build stuff.
That's
So
the tough part.
Played a couple times. I never won, but yeah, that game. But the PUBG was like more. It was more for like adults. It had like a different feel to it.
Yeah.
And then Fortnite kept like evolving its own game by doing seasons and like putting out like NFL play.
Yeah.
Was it? Now
Well,
they're doing
they had,
Marvel
like, jerseys. Yeah, now they're doing the superheroes.
Yes,
Yeah.
they would do stuff like that. That would keep people coming back
Yeah,
and playing.
You know, the little kids want the skins.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's how they would make the money.
Yeah.
They would pay for the skins of the battle passes and stuff like that. I don't for Warzone. I just beat the 100 level battle pass thing.
Did you?
Yeah, and then I get the next battle pass for free.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good for you.
but thank you.
Yeah.
We should play.
Right, we should. We have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. So, tell me more about your journey through MMA. Like, what is it that you love about MMA, and what drives you to keep going at this? Because from what someone might understand is that you're not making any money now, and even if you were a professional, you're not going to make much money.
For a little
It's
while.
kind of like college football.
Yeah.
Or college anything, any sport. Like, you're not going to make money. It's very risky. You could get injured and not have the money to take care of yourself.
Right.
I know that even now, we were just talking about it, that you have a couple of injuries. How's your
Yeah.
back, by the way?
Better.
Yeah, even from
Yeah.
sitting here for a half hour now?
I mean, a little stiff, but we're good.
Okay.
You know, hit some stretches after.
Good. Okay. Good. I saw you stretching before.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, like, it doesn't seem like for someone who's just watching you specifically, it may not, the reward may not be worth the risk, or the risk may not be worth the reward,
Right.
which way around. But
Yeah.
yeah, like, why do you do it?
For me personally, you know, from the things I spoke on before, just, you know, being told that I have, you know, a talent, and just, you know, wanting to learn different things about martial arts. First of all, what attracts me to MMA is just them putting everything together. It's not just boxing. I love boxing, but it's not just boxing. It's not just wrestling. It's not just jiu-jitsu. It's all of that. And that's just super cool to me. Always has been, you know, being able to put all of those together. Like, we are complete fighters, you know. Nobody can take that away from us, you know.
Right.
That and just really you know, I had a lot of talks with myself before I did MMA, and, you know, cause yeah, it is risky. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, you see these guys on TV and they're all beat up, and you're like, wow, like, this guy's tough as heck, you know.
Is there a fighter that you like? You're like, I want to follow what he's doing more or less.
Oh man, Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made it look so easy. Just,
Yeah.
oh man, whether it was striking, whether it was, you know, staying outside, or the clinch game, or
Oh yeah.
his submission game. You know, he's losing for 5 rounds, and then he throws up a triangle and, you know, gets the win. You know, it's
Yeah.
just, you know,
been done.
that his journey is definitely, I'd say, a big reason of why I'm here.
Do you think that if you had a career like his where injury free for the most part,
Yeah.
except the leg injury, would you continue fighting until you're like 40 something? Because that's what he's doing.
Right.
Do you love it? Do you love it that much? Not to say like if you don't fight, then you don't love it as much. But
yeah. I've always told myself that I want 35, 36 to be my cutoff age.
Nice.
Right. Like a nice solid 10 years in the game.
Yeah.
And then, get out.
How old were you when you started your first amateur fight?
I was 25 when I took my first.
So yeah, 10 years.
I'm 26 now. So yeah, 10 years, nice solid 10 years. Yeah, I do appreciate whatever kind of intelligence I do have.
Mm-hmm.
And CTE is a real thing.
Yes.
And I want to come out of this, intact. And
definitely
why I started MMA is just, I don't know if I was 35, 36 and I didn't do it, I don't know if I'd be able to forgive myself for not at least trying, and here I am 2-0 and
yeah.
I owe it to myself to keep going because I'm in this deep.
Yeah.
I train day in, day out.
Yeah, you
blood, sweat, tears, and I'm in it,
I know.
So yeah, I
see it.
Here we are.
Now, what was going on with this coronavirus pandemic and your plans for 2020? Share that.
So yeah, I plan to fight 3 times this year. Just hopefully, I do plan on getting a belt. And then
awesome.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, heck yeah.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah. And then I planned on going pro, beginning of 2021. But COVID kind of has put a halt to that.
Right.
It's all good though. I've been training, I've been getting better. I like to think that the next time I get in there, I'd be able to showcase a lot more, and have grown a lot more. So I'm excited. Like, COVID sucks. This all sucks super bad. But the thing that I keep telling myself is that I'm not the only one going through it. So, just pushing through, just striving.
Right. And how are you training during this pandemic?
Right. Just regular training, just, working a lot on the mental, fixing mistakes, trying to fix bad habits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really the kind of training I'm putting myself through. Hard days here and there, but, no fights coming up, so really no need to put wear and tear on my body, until we get into camp. I'm in shape, but, I will, once a fight presents itself, yeah, we'll get ourselves into camp shape,
Do you definitely want to fight this year, or are you going to wait it out till next year and see what happens?
If the opportunity presents itself, most definitely, and everything, circumstances are right and everyone involved can do so, coach, etc. So yeah, definitely. I would love to fight this year.
Now take me back to your first fight.
Yeah.
Tell me the emotions that went through that, because I was there for your second one.
Right.
I've been to see you weigh in, and I've seen you fight.
Yeah.
Like front row, which is an amazing. I don't care. Like, you could go watch professional people fight, and it doesn't feel as exciting if you don't know who the person is.
Yeah.
And I've seen that. Like, I've been there. I've been to CES, and I've watched them fight, and it's just not that they're not good fighters, and they are, but it's just not as exciting. There's no drama there if I don't know who you are. So to watch you fight and that journey that took you to that spot on that day, it's an amazing feeling to see you celebrate and flex every single upper part of your body that you have. Man, to share that, to even get a glimpse of the feeling that you have, it pumps me up.
Yeah.
And
definitely know what you mean. Nothing like being by your brother when he goes to war. There's nothing like that.
Nothing. And you almost feel like, put like 2 and 2, like a tag team. Like, I don't care, fight the Leighton brothers. Like, I would be in there with you. Like, but I can't. And that's the thing about MMA. I have to watch you do your thing. Yes. This is your thing.
Yes.
This is our team. But you go in there and you're the only one that can put that performance. And that, like, I hope that he comes out safe. Like,
Yeah.
you think that too. Like, I want
Yes.
you to win, but I want you to do it safely.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling, but I want to watch you destroy. And you just that confidence you have in that other person. And I look at you and like, Ty is so ready. I can see it. Oh my God.
Heck yeah. Thank you.
Gets me pumped. But yeah, tell me how it was for your first fight. You've never done this before.
Right.
Go.
Okay. So, yeah, you sign up for that fight, and man, I'm sure a lot of fighters can attest to this. For all of that camp, that fight is on your mind, day in, day out. Every night you go to sleep, you're like, wow, I got a fight. Okay, I signed up for a fight. I'm doing this, So that's really what it was, and I'd go through my periods of like pumping myself up, like, oh, you're good, like I can't wait for this, and then times where I'd psych myself out, like oh man, you better be ready. You better be ready to get in there, kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it was like. And then the night on my first fight, truth be told, I wasn't as nervous as I was for my second fight. And talking to other fighters,
So you're saying you were more nervous for your second fight?
yeah. And then relaying that to other fighters and getting their feedback from that, they've told me that it's because you know what to expect this time when you get in there. You know what it feels like to get punched in the face with that in our case 6-ounce glove. And
Yeah.
So it was just a lot. And for my second fight, I put pressure on myself because Brett had beaten two of my teammates, and I just wanted to get that win back for us. And I feel like that might have made me more nervous, like like
you have a lot on the line for someone who has a second fight.
Right. I'm like, yo, yeah.
Damn, and it's amateurs, like.
Yeah. But talking to Brett, same thing for him, like
yeah,
he was telling me that everyone in his camp is just like, man, you better beat this guy, And
yeah.
So.
I thought the whole time there was like this drama that Brett was gunning out for you because you beat Brandon.
Yeah, me too. But now we know that
we
that
spoke.
wasn't the
I remember
case.
that night right after.
Yeah.
That same night, there was like no thought of that. He just wanted to fight.
Yeah.
And then they give him you.
And the matchmakers thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, and it was.
So that's what happened. It was for sure. Like I watched that fight back, and the commentators are like, "Yeah, this is a juicy one."
It
basically
was.
like, "Oh, redemption fight on both sides," and so it was fun for them. I'm sure.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and
see, I wish that's what I'm saying. I wish stuff like that would have gotten more attention.
Yeah,
I would have loved for that, so people could know what's going on. Oh my God, he beat his brother.
Right.
Yeah, because I feel like the true MMA fans are the ones that know.
They know, yeah.
But the cousin who got invited, who kind of doesn't watch MMA, like
right, like I got
if
asked.
he knew. Yeah. Ooh.
Right.
Yeah, but so exciting. Shout out to Brett, who you are fighting, my friend, on the 20th, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Shout out Brett.
Yeah. Hope you get that W, man.
Heck yeah.
So, what do you want your career to look like? 2021 on.
I really just want to be able to get after it at this point. I want to go out there. I want the experience. Of course I want to win. I hate losing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man.
You don't know how that feels. Sorry to say it.
Which is a scary thing,
Definitely,
Coach brings up that point.
I'm glad I lost to Brett.
Right. Yeah, man. Because you don't. There's that saying you don't know how to win until you learn how to lose. So
yeah.
But I don't. I'm not fighting to keep my O. That's not riding in my head when I'm headed into a fight.
Yeah.
Like I gotta keep my O. No way. Like I don't put that kind of pressure on myself. Even though all pressure is good pressure,
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, but I don't do that to myself. I just go out there and take it one fight at a time. I really
Right.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
One opponent at a time. I don't really like to get ahead of myself. You know, of course we envision things, you know, idealistic, you know, situations, but yeah, one fight at a time for me. Yeah, that's really what it is. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
It's nice too. You didn't jump into a whole bunch of stuff without first taking care of what's in front of you. I
Right.
admire that.
Yeah.
What about plans for UFC or
Yeah.
Bellator?
Oh yeah,
Is
for
that-
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
I didn't
Heck
know if you
yeah.
were like not
Heck
even.
Yeah. No. Heck yeah. I
Oh,
want to
cool.
turn pro, and you know, being in the UFC is my dream, is my goal. I'm working towards that, of course, every day. Yeah. You know, of course. Yeah. Hell yeah.
What's your body fat percentage? I thought earlier you said it's like
6%.
6%, dude.
Right. Like 8%, 6%. Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
Mine is 15, somewhere around that. That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. I know. When I found that, I was like, oh wow.
Did you stepped in the in body?
Well, like, yeah, the in body.
Is that still open?
Exactly.
You can still
Yeah.
go on that?
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
gonna go on that.
no. Yeah. You know, I haven't checked it recently, but
Right.
yeah, I've been eating pretty clean and
Yeah.
training.
I know you have.
Yeah. So I'd like to think that it's still around there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you still 163 walking around or something like that?
I actually had a doctor's appointment the other day. It said 156. So
156?
yeah, man, which is beautiful.
Wow.
Makes me feel so good. Yeah.
Even easier.
Right.
Wow.
Dude. Yeah.
Fighting at 145. Now you're trying to fight at 135 as a pro.
As a pro.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. Yeah. Don't want to make that cut now as an amateur. You know, not getting paid for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You never cut for football. You never did any stuff like that before.
Never.
So this first fight was the first time you cut.
Cut weight. Yeah.
How was that like?
It was, surprising. I thought it was gonna be hell.
Yeah.
Might be my metabolism. Might be, I don't know what it is, but it was easy going. You know, that last
Good.
24 hours is not cool whatsoever.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
yeah, not fun at all, but I made it and it felt good weighing in. You know, you look at your weighing pictures, you're like, damn, I look ripped. Hell yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
Seriously,
wow,
like
I
the
look
best
good.
you look on
Right.
that day.
Hell yeah. So that's a good feeling. Like
Mhm.
it's I don't know, kind of like a badge of honor going in the war. Like I did that. I made weight. Let's do this.
Yeah.
You know.
It's overlooked.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know about that. They
Right.
just think you train and then go and fight.
Yeah. Exactly.
A battle of
exactly.
its own. It's like
It
a
truly is.
prerequisite. Have you taken prerequisites before you started your program in school?
Yeah. Having
Yeah.
to take one class before the other. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like before you fight, you have to prove that you can by
Yeah, you gotta pass this battle before you
cutting
pass the
15
next.
pounds.
Ugh.
Yeah. But you're in school.
Yeah.
So tell me how that is and what your plans are, because now you are trying to get into Amazon.
Yeah. Trying to secure a gig there.
Yep.
Yeah. Man, it's a sweet gig. It's gonna, allow me to train during the week and then make money on the weekends, So
Awesome.
yeah.
And what were you doing before?
I was serving. I was a bartender / server. At Arugas. I worked at Uno's in Rentham for a while. Yeah, making my money, making the fast cash,
Yeah.
as we call it, And that's I did that for about 6 years, before COVID. My restaurant got shut down and then, they didn't open back up, so here we are trying to
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
Kind of
So-
blows, but
Were you gonna go back? Was that the idea?
I was like I said, the fast cash is addicting,
Yeah.
Yeah, some days you go in, you don't make too much. The other days you go in and you kill it, So
What do? Do you save the money to balance it out?
for sure. Like I said, it always varied what I made, but sometimes I'd make decent amount of money and, it's able to last me that whole week. I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday and then, and train the rest of the week and it was definitely keeping me afloat for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and offering me that freedom, of training
Right.
on the other days. So,
Right.
so that's why it was clutch for a long time,
And you knew that position for Amazon was going to be on the weekends.
Yeah. My buddy actually just talked to his manager for me.
Yeah.
And then just he was able to. They actually needed help on the weekends, actually, so like not a lot of people can work on the weekends or like to work.
Right.
A lot of people like their Sundays off. A lot of people simply don't like to work on Saturday and Sunday. So, and I don't mind that because, again, it allows me the freedom to train for the rest of the week, as well as, go to school, take classes. I've been doing that for the past 3 years. Actually, in my senior year, 2 more semesters left.
Oh, God.
Yeah, man. So I can't wait.
Much respect to you. I quit college.
I hear you.
When I was going for a bachelor's.
It's
but
a tough grind, man.
Yeah, you got to want to do it.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a promise I made to myself. Like, I want my bachelor's before I'm 30. So
oh, that's dope.
Right.
So. Brian has the same goal. He wants to become a lawyer before he comes back,
which is really impressive. That's crazy.
It is. For him to do that is amazing.
Yeah, way too much reading for me.
Love you, Brian.
Seriously.
Way too
Shout
much
out
what?
Brian.
Yes.
Way too much reading for me, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man. That
can't
is a whole
imagine.
different type of schooling. I
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's stressed a lot of the time when I talk to him about school.
I bet.
It just sucks. He says that it sucks.
Yeah. That's always his response. And I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But much respect again to like you and Brian who tell that to themselves, like, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Because I wanted to do nursing, but then like I didn't really want to do it, and I listened to myself. I wish I would have listened to myself years before that too.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to do fighting. I always talked about it, even like at Rick when I was waiting at Donovan with my boy Henry. I would talk to him about it. I'm like, yeah, I want to be an MMA fighter. I was 19 years old. Like, had I done that then, I feel like I would have to be in the UFC by 26.
Right. I hear you. Yeah.
I feel that. But that's okay.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
It's your journey.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's your journey.
So is there something that you want to do when you complete your MMA journey? Like, do you have something planned afterwards?
You know what? Yeah. Idealistically, I do want to maybe own my own gym one day, have my own fight team one day,
That'd be awesome.
Maybe.
Do you think you'll stay in Rhode Island?
I do. I do love Rhode Island. A lot of people kind of trash our state who are from here. They kind of want to escape. But I lived in another state for 5 years. I lived in Florida for 5 years, and we're spoiled here, and people don't realize that. Everything's it's easy to network here. Everything's close together.
That's true.
Right. So yeah, I've come to really, really love Rhode Island. But yeah, other states kind of are appealing, right? Like the Colorados and
Colorado.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's high elevation there. So
your
fighters would be like cardio
through the rope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man.
That'd be awesome.
After fighting, maybe go back for my masters. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah.
Do you know what you would want for your masters?
I don't. I just
yeah,
man. I
don't know if you already had.
Education has kind of always been important to me. So yeah. So I don't know.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And as far as like training other people, you told me you train someone now.
Yeah. Well, like I landed a little gig at a gym near my house. So doing a little personal training, running a little kickboxing cardio class on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. Yeah. So
now the person that you're training wanted to get like martial art type cardio.
He's actually prepping for a half marathon.
Okay.
Right. So I've been putting him through a lot of HIIT workouts and all of that stuff, and just helping him along in his journey, and
Right.
yeah. Shout out Ryan. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Ryan.
Yeah.
You got a name.
Right. Yeah.
What's up, Ryan? Hope you're listening.
Right.
And what else interests you? Like, do you still like football? Do you watch it? Are you done with football?
Well, I mean, personally playing it, yeah, I'm done. Yeah. But I love football. I was up watching the Texans and the Chiefs yesterday, and, following my fantasy team, and, I had Sammy Watkins on the bench. He had like 20 plus points. I was mad at myself, but it's all right.
What is it on the fantasy?
Yeah. So like, it's like you can, you have a starting lineup, and then you have like bench, kind of like when you can like rotate your bench into your starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And I simply forgot to put him in my starting lineup. But it's tricky because, some players do hot the first week and then don't do anything for the rest of the season.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like a trap, Yeah, fantasy football is really stressful. For all my fantasy football players out there, they definitely can relate. Yeah. So, I love football. That football was my first love. And
you'll keep watching it.
Yeah, man. Heck yeah. Till I can't see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
And do you enjoy watching MMA?
Heck yeah. Yeah, my girlfriend Kelly and I always watch the fights.
How's she doing, by the
I
way?
invite my buddies over. She's great. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. She's at home. I'm sure she'll watch this as soon as it drops.
Yeah.
Listen
good.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anything else that you'd like to close with? Still have a couple minutes. 2 minutes, actually.
Shout out to TriForce, our teammates,
Yeah.
coaches, Coach Pete, Coach Keith. Love everyone there, honestly. Shout out you. I'm so honored, man. I really appreciate you being your first guest. Like,
Thanks,
seriously,
man.
Like, this is super cool.
I'm pumped too. This is great.
Pumped about this.
What do you think of this?
This is awesome, dude. I sound super cool in these
I
headphones.
know.
You do too. Like,
I know. Thank you.
Yes, this is like, it's super cool.
Yeah, I'd love to have you back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. See what what changes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, I got a fight in or two before then.
Oh yeah,
my.
definitely. Oh, I'll be like
me.
right behind you,
Yeah.
like recording, getting like the footage out there.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
What do you want out of your next fight? Like, is there something that you want to work on? I know that you told me like because the fights ended so early, maybe you'd like to go into the second round, or like work on get the striking in the fight.
Right.
Which by the way, real quick, when did you get hurt more, in the first fight or the second fight? You feel?
I'd say the second. Brett hit me with a pretty good slam.
Oh,
yeah, right against the cage.
Yeah, he slams hard, dude.
Ooh. I was like, wow, that is not fun, dude. So, I was limping a couple days after the fight. So, definitely second fight. Yeah, you got me pretty good with that slam. I was,
Okay.
Yeah, it happens though. It's okay.
Yeah.
If anyone's gonna slam me, it's gonna be Brett. Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Now, what do you want out of your second fight?
The third fight?
Yeah. Did I say second?
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Third fight.
Yeah, like just whatever the fight presents.
Yeah.
Whatever happens.
Right.
I want to go in there and perform. And
I hear you.
do my best, and I'll just be proud of that. Honestly,
dude.
Honestly.
Much respect.
That's it.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ty.
Thank you.
First episode, of course.
Nice.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed your time here.
Thank you. I did.
We're gonna go do other stuff. We're gonna go eat now.
Yes.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, sorry, this is a little weird for me still. Thank you everybody for watching and listening. Again, sponsored by Vita Coco. Please sponsor me. I want to drink free coconut water. Guys, our next guest will hopefully be Joe Giannetti. Tune in. And I hope you guys loved hearing Ty and I. See you guys in the next one. Tap or tap. Talk or tap. Ouch.